Leo, welcome back to Steampunk Psyche. If you are a returning subscriber, I want to say I love you. I appreciate you so very much. Thanks for sticking with this community. If you are a cross-watcher or brand new to the channel, I'm JT. How you doing? Come into Steampunk Psyche, check out some other videos, find your signs and check them out. Okay, Leo, we're going to do a general reading again. No big deal. The energies are what they are. I am not going to placate to these cards. I'm going to give you the energy straight as I see it. So if it resonates with you, awesome. If it doesn't, just leave it for the next person, okay? I'll give you the down low. I will shuffle up. I've already pre-shuffled, but I'm trying to stay as open and transparent here. So this is all for you. Just take what fits. I will show you all of the cards up close, and I'll give you the best explanation that I can for the cards. Sometimes the circumstances line up, sometimes they don't, but it's just energy. And it's just for us to get to know what's kind of going on in the energy fields, all right? All right, I'm going to show you all these up close, but I'm going to get them laid out here, okay? We have the current energy. We have the crossing challenge. We have the foundation. We have the recent past. We have the near future, or the possibilities, I'm sorry, in the near future here. We have the self, how you're showing up in this situation. We have the environment around you, hopes, fears, wishes, or worries, and then outcome and direction. I will clarify all these cards with you. Leo, I'm going to take a look at these cards real quick, get an idea about what we got going on. But in the meantime, I have your 3 brand new poems from Haiku Corner. Okay, Leo, I appreciate you taking the time to check out the haiku poems. If you like them, let me know in the comments. I really do these specially for every sign. They're all individualized, and I'm just trying to kind of be separate, a little bit different than most readers. Okay, let's look at the cards and let's talk about what's going on here, okay? What I feel like this is a turning point, okay? Someone who's walked away is now rethinking everything, okay? Leo, we're going to take a look at this present energy, okay, which is the Hermit. Okay, we could be talking about Virgo energy here, but this is about silence. It's about withdrawal. It's about deep reflection. Someone who's pulled back to think, not to forget about you, but they're just kind of isolating, because they don't know what to say. We could be talking about a masculine energy here. It doesn't have to be that way. It could be feminine, but I don't really do gender specific unless the cards are really detailing that in nature. So, but really a feminine may be protecting her heart after disappointment, something like that. You're tired of chasing clarity on something, right? Someone could be watching you quietly from a distance. You're craving peace, more than attention at this point, right? But you're healing from emotional burnout, someone could be replaying old conversations in their head, something like that. You're choosing solitude over drama. This could be talking about maybe a soul tie that feels distant, but it's still kind of present in your energy. Yeah, so let's move on to the next card. We're talking about the challenge card here, okay? We've got the Page of Wands. So this could be representing some impulsive communication, but it could also talk about flirtation, maybe inconsistency. Someone wants to message you, but hesitates. Maybe a masculine who's tempted to send a late night, "Hey, what's up? How you doing?" Something like that. A feminine who wants to reach out, but maybe fears rejection. Someone could be, doing the hot and cold, with the communication here. Um, I don't know. This could talk about maybe that flirtation that I mentioned. Maybe it fizzled out, but it's still kind of lingering, with you. Um, Maybe someone stalking your social media for just an excuse to say, "Hey, what's up? How you doing?" I don't know. It's kind of got that unsure if they want something real or casual. I don't know, but it could be like a third party also, maybe flirting with them. I'm not sure how that applies, but we will continue to go through and find out what's going on here. Okay. So now we're going to look at the foundation, what is lying underneath, and we have the magician. The magician card. We could be talking about, a Pisces sign here, but it doesn't have to be. But this is manifestation. This is intentional. It could be talking about hidden influences as well. This could be talking about someone trying to manifest you back. So that's why you're experiencing that stuff in your energy. Maybe a masculine trying to control the narrative in that situation. But it could also represent this feminine who's, just stepping back, taking her power back. Um, I don't know. It could have the energy that someone's maybe um, attracting attention without trying to do so. Um, Using silence as a strategy. I don't know. Maybe um, this is giving me that kind of signal of somebody with the sharp eyes. The quick wit. That could be part of that energy as well. But anyway, but you're definitely becoming more magnetic. Okay, kind of got that glow up feel, but I think someone might be trying to impress you indirectly, in other words. So, in your socials, you might find somebody commenting on a comment that you made to a friend or something like that, just trying to slowly sneak into that situation. But definitely a soul tie. It feels energetically active in that situation. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to look at the recent past. Okay. And in the recent past, we have the Eight of Cups for Leo. Walking away, emotional detachment. Someone left because they felt overwhelmed. I don't know. Maybe you walked away because it wasn't consistent enough for you. We could be talking about that masculine who withdrew because of vulnerability, maybe a fear of being vulnerable in a situation or something like that. Maybe this feminine needed emotional space, right? Or a breakup or a separation that's still kind of lingering in the midst here. Maybe someone thought the grass was greener on the other side, but you stopped chasing. Maybe someone regrets leaving the situation, or you outgrew that situation. I don't know, but it's got that painful goodbye, that's kind of shaped your current mindset there, right? With that hanged or with the hermit situation here. So maybe that's part of that energy right there, recent past. All right, now we're going to move on. We're looking at the possibilities. We've got the Five of Cups, regret, longing. It's got that emotional reflecting on things. Maybe someone regrets how they treated you. A masculine feels guilty for walking away. A feminine misses maybe what you had. This could be talking about, grieving over what could have been. Someone realizing, your value, too late in a situation. I'm not sure. Past mistakes, healing from disappointment. Somebody who wants to apologize. There's lots of different energies here, but I think you're seeing the truth behind, the loss, right? But it could also definitely represent a connection that still has some kind of an emotional weight to it, right? Okay. Now we are moving into the near future. In the near future, we have the Ace of Swords, right? So definitely clarity, a message, okay? This could be talking about maybe a text that arrives, okay? Someone finally speaking their truth to you. A masculine admitting their feelings that they hid, kind of stepping away from that, that timid side to kind of stepping into their vulnerability to say their piece or what they needed to say. We could be talking about a feminine who explains, why she pulled away here. Anyway, you're getting clarity about that past situation, I think here. Maybe this misunderstanding, it's going to get worked out, something like that. You see someone's true intentions, though. It could be representing a conversation that's going to bring closure, and a brand new beginning. That is what the Ace of Swords does represent. But you're going to definitely be able to cut through all the confusion with this. Okay, so a truth that you sensed is definitely going to become undeniable. Okay. Now we are looking at the self, how you are showing up in this situation. This talks about stability. It's talking about celebration. It's got that kind of home energy. I'm home now. You're craving emotional safety. You want a real relationship, not a bunch of games. And maybe you see somebody as home. This is like you entering a more stable phase of your life here. A reunion or an event that definitely brings brings that clarity to the situation, right? You're becoming more confident socially is what this could definitely represent. And perhaps that person sees that, that's part of that intimidation factor. We never really know how somebody feels, especially when they're, when they're ghosting, when they're staying silent. So, but yeah, this is someone who wants to build something with you, and maybe you're definitely attracting in, people who value that type of energy, right? So you're just definitely stepping into your power here is what I'm getting at. And you're ready for something that's real this time. Okay. All right. Now we're moving on into the environment around you. Okay. And we've got this Six of Swords. This is transition. Leo, this is moving on. This is emotional distance. Okay. Someone who's been trying to move on, but yet a little bit of struggle in that. Okay. Healing from past wounds, perhaps. This could be talking about that masculine who's emotionally distant, but still attached. We do have that mother figure right there, so maybe mother woundings or something like that, or a situation that maybe like someone leaving a toxic situation. I'm not sure. We could be talking about travel or relocation that may be affecting this connection that we're talking about, but it's definitely mentally shifting into some calmer waters here. Okay. Someone is definitely declaring peace, not conflict. This could be a person that's watching you move forward, in this situation. But you're entering a calmer, more emotional phase of your life here, Leo. So that's kind of the representation that I get from that. Now we're going to take a look at the hopes, fears, wishes, or worries. Okay, and we have the 10 of Pentacles here. This is long-term commitment. This is stability. This is family. This is something that's going to last. Okay, it's got a little hint of the fear of wasting time on the wrong person. But I think someone sees long-term potential with you. Okay, this could be that masculine who wants stability, but maybe fears a little bit of responsibility in the situation. This could definitely be talking about the feminine who wants emotional security. You're just kind of afraid of repeating some past mistakes or things. So you're really just in hope for a future with something that's real, someone that's real. Okay, and fearing that you might be choosing that wrong partner, but I feel like you're going to have somebody who's going to show up, right? And so you're just definitely dreaming of that stable, loving home, that kind of environment here. Right? So now we have the outcome, okay? The outcome is the Two of Pentacles here. This is juggling, decisions, balancing, your priorities. Someone's definitely having to choose between two paths here, okay? You could be balancing all your work, your healing, and your love situation at the same time, that type of balancing act here. But um, this could be talking about that masculine who's torn between fear or desire. Um, this could be talking about a feminine who's like weighing her options out. But yeah, definitely someone trying to manage the emotion and the responsibility side, a decision about, the connection being delayed or what have you, learning that emotional balance, so maybe someone's unsure on how to approach you, but I feel like you're adapting to the change here, so definitely some kind of choice that's becoming really, unavoidable here. Leo, this is a really good reading. It's very mature. I feel like what it does is just bringing clarity after a silence. Okay, someone who's maybe walked away now feeling the weight of regret. A message arrives that definitely changes everything for you. This is stepping into your stability, your confidence, your emotional truth. I feel like you're trusting the timing and what's meant for you. So yeah, I mean, a definite powerful shift in your love life, your personal path. So whether you're dealing with a soul tie, all these mixed signals, or or what have you, but there's definitely a major life transition here. Okay, and so I feel like it's going to bring a real sense of groundedness, to this situation. So, Leo, I appreciate the reading. It was very mature, very, very open, very honest, very heartfelt for me at least. Anyway, I hope you got something from it. If you did, give it a thumbs up, would you? If you enjoyed the haiku poems, let me know. If you haven't subscribed yet, make sure you hit that subscription button and turn your notifications on so you get the next readings. But anyway, I'm going to leave it with you. I love you. I respect you. And I hope you got something from it. Okay. Anyway, I hope to see you on the next readings. All right. Bye-bye.